Hello, welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show, where we'll be discussing leadership, business, and human potential, inspiring you to live rich from the inside out. Unlock your creativity, stretch out of your comfort zone, break through your barriers, take inspired action, and achieve epic results. Now, here's your host, two-time best-selling author, speaker, and certified executive coach, Deborah Kasowski.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show. It is my honor to be your host of this show and letting you know that, we're here to help you along your journey. I'm here to serve and ensure that you are really paying attention and having the self-awareness to continue to grow yourself so that you can get to the next level. Whether you be in leadership, business, or wanting just to develop yourself personally, that's what this show is all about, to help you live a richer life in all areas. Today's topic is about reasons for failure. And this quote is really one that I go to on a regular basis. Is Winston Churchill said, "Success is not fatal. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." And recently, I went back to my old trusted resource here, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And it was because I just finished interviewing Nicola Grace, the mission mentor. And we were talking, and one of the things that came up that really resonated was that you can't afford to have a negative thought. Our thoughts are so powerful, and they can speak to our future. And as I was flipping pages, I came across 31 reasons for failure. And now, if you've not read this book, you must. I am not going to go through all 31. However, I do want to touch on some significant ones that I've seen in my coaching practice and the people I interact with daily. And I have overcome some of these myself. And the biggest thing is, the more you become self-aware, the more you have the opportunity to change and grow and get better. So one of the failures is not having a defined purpose or aim. And one of the reasons for failure is that there's individuals who lack clarity. They have no idea what they want to do or where or what they are here to do. And without clarity, these people, they're wandering aimlessly through the world. And they have no direction, and hence they have no drive. So if you have no direction, you're not going to drive and go after things and make things happen. So you really need to pay attention to that. The other thing is having that lack of ambition. They strive just to get by. This is a pet peeve of mine, actually. There are so many opportunities available to excel, and too many people just put in just enough effort to get by, and they settle for mediocrity. They do not put in the extra effort required to get to the next level. And effort cannot be taught. It must come within. It's an intrinsic motivator. So when people aren't putting in the effort, often they're not motivated. And it's all within inside. They have that lack of drive to succeed, where I'm actually the opposite. I'm driven to succeed. And that's why this is a pet peeve of mine. If this is you, you need to tap into your why. Maybe your why isn't strong enough. The other one is lack of education. And when faced with a challenge, I have heard people say, "I can't do that. I don't know enough. I don't have a university degree, or I don't have this paper or that paper." Unless you're a doctor, needing to have exact calculations and making sure that you know the anatomy of the body, there's a few things in life. There's other professions as well, but there's a few things in life that need to be absolutely perfect and need to have a required education. Doctors do need to, nurses need to, engineers. These are the need to, right? But with today in the internet, you have no excuses. Even before the internet, you can learn what you needed to learn. There are free courses offered by distinguished teachers and educational institutes offered online 24/7. through websites like Coursera, Udemy. Then there is Google. Type in the question you are asking, and you can get the answer at your fingertips, literally, in moments. If you need to take some courses professionally, then do so. You can also interview people who have the education that you are lacking to learn more. Don't forget, there's libraries stacked with books that can support you. You can overcome a lack of education. You need to push yourself to do it. Okay? So another reason for failure is lack of discipline. In my work with emotional intelligence, this is a hot topic, as self-awareness is the key to transformational change. And if you want to improve any area in your life, you first need to start with yourself and your habits. You cannot control other people. You can only control yourself. And when you develop self-mastery, you can then focus on how you interact with others. But the biggest area that you can control in self-discipline is reining in that negativity and shifting and reframing into a positive mindset. It really has to do with your attitude and the habits that you put in place to ensure your success. The other reason for failure is procrastination. And if you're not a procrastinator, I'm sure you probably know one. Some people work well under pressure, and they think that procrastination serves them. Procrastination can quickly lead to missed deadlines and opportunities. People will avoid assigning projects or tasks to you because you are not reliable. Underlying procrastination is the need to have everything just perfect. Perfectionists are often waiting for everything to be just right. The timing needs to be right, the right people need to be in place, and the right environment must be set up. The timing will never be just right. You need to get started and adjust your course as you go. Better resources are going to appear along your journey. Just get started. Lack of persistence. My friend and colleague, Lori Rodnosk, she has a book called Persistence Pays, and she talks about how you can get what you want in life if you persist. It's way too easy to quit at the first sign of defeat, whether you have been rejected by a publisher or a bank, or getting your first sale. You have not failed if you discovered the lesson of how to improve. Failure cannot exist if you keep taking intentional action and stay determined to succeed. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. And that's by Thomas A. Edison. The other reason for failure, and this is a really popular one that I've seen, is indecisiveness. The ability to make a decision is making a decision. So if you choose not to make a decision, that is a decision. And I know people are like, what? But it's true. If you don't make a decision, you've made a decision not to make a decision. Opportunities only last so long before they're taken away. If you're unable to assess the situation and the information you have and decide, your future will be determined by other people. You need to learn how to become more decisive. Being indecisive is not different than procrastinating and waiting for someone to rescue you or do the work for you. Get going, do the work, make the decision. These are just 7 reasons for failure. There are others. Think of the reasons you have failed in the past. What did you learn? What would you do differently now that you've learned this? Now that you have this awareness, there are no excuses. You need to take different actions if you're going to get different results. And speaking of indecisiveness, you're going to want to get a copy of my book, Let's Be Curious, how to ask the right questions, get better answers so you can make the best decision. And it's because I want you to be able to have that decisiveness, take that decisive action so you can get exactly what you want, whether you're climbing in leadership, whether you're running a business, or you're just taking control of your own life. You have what it takes. Don't let these reasons for failure hold you back. Look at your reasons while things have failed in the past and adjust your course. Do things differently. You have an opportunity to really create the own change because who's it up to? It's up to you. And if not now, then when? It is time for you to take the actions that you need to really get where you need to go. So if you want to pre-order your book, go to www.letsbecurious.ca. In the meantime, I would love for you to sign up for the Success Secrets newsletter that comes out twice a month. We don't spam you, but go on my website at www.deborahkozowski.com, and it's on the right-hand side. Put in your name and your email, and you will be on our list. While you do that, you'll get a free MP3 download of the 10 surefire strategies to power up your productivity and performance. And I would also love to hear about how this podcast influences you. So you can email me directly at deborah@deborahkozowski.com. I read every single comment personally, and I will respond to you as well. Until then, I would love for you to go to iTunes, give us a 5-star high five, write us a review, and continue to share this with your friends, colleagues, and friends, family, because you never know who's waiting to hear this message to improve their lives. So what I'd like you to do is go out and share it. Give us that 5-star high five. Join us on the next podcast. And until then, as Mahatma Gandhi says, be the change you wish to see in the world. And my message for you is always, make today great. Go out and have a great one.